Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be making cards using Paper Rose Studio's Candy Treats collection. I have several items from the collection. The 6x6 paper, this is also available in 12x12 size. Washi paper stickers, chipboard stickers, cardstock stickers, and also the embossed die cut pack. Lots of fun products that all coordinate together. And if you want a closer look at the new products, I did recently share an unboxing video showing the Candy Treats and also the brand new Vintage Love collection. And I will link that video at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get started with card design number 1. I will be using some card sketches for inspiration. The first sketch is from OWH. This is number 183. And if you're interested in the card sketches, including measurements, I share all of that information on my coordinating blog post. The link is in the description box below, or you can head over to KristieMarcotte.com. For the background of my card, I'm using some light pink cardstock. For the strip on the left side, selected this lovely red, sort of a distress grid pattern. For the narrow strip that goes across the card, I have a teal grid pattern paper. And before I adhered that piece down, I did put a scrap piece of pattern paper on the right side. That way it stays at the same level. I'll layer the background piece on some red cardstock, put ATG tape on the back, and add my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. And I almost forgot I wanted to add the washi tape narrow sticker across the teal piece. Luckily, I was able to remove that teal paper. I'll put the washi tape piece at the top, leaving about 1/8 of an inch above it. Wrap the ends around the back, put more adhesive on the back, then reattach that teal ledger grid piece. For an image, I'm using one of the postage stamp washi tape stickers. Cute little truck filled with lovely flowers. It has a sentiment special delivery. Instead of the 3 small circles in the upper right hand corner, I'm adding 2 of the teal hearts, and these are more of the washi tape stickers. For a sentiment, I'm adding birthday wishes. This would also work as a Valentine's Day card. And this sentiment is a cut apart from Paper Rose's All Occasions sentiment sheet pack. Decided to go with the black with the white font. I did put some clear double-sided adhesive tape on the back, and I'll adhere it in the lower right-hand corner. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. For card design number 2, I'm using this very vivid red and white polka dot paper for the background. On the left side of the card, I'm adding a 2-inch strip of this off-white with pink keys pattern paper. I'll leave enough space on the very left side to add one of the embossed die cut borders. I'll first adhere the pattern paper strip, then behind the scallop embossed die cut piece, I'll put barely art glue. And I did notice my red polka dot paper was just a tiny bit longer than the key pattern paper, so off screen I did trim off that extra. Now I'll adhere the scallop border on the left side, and the scallop border is just a tiny bit longer than my background pattern paper piece. After adhering it down, I'll flip over this panel, use a pair of scissors, and trim off the overhang. The red and white polka dot piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and the pink cardstock layer is A2 size, 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. For a little bit of separation and shine between the scallop border and the pattern paper piece, I did add a Love from Lizi peel off. This is the red mirror color in the pinstripe style, and I use the medium width. I'll wrap the ends around the back, and I do have a little gap. Those pieces aren't connected, but that's okay, it will be covered up. Now I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. For the image box, using some pattern paper that has lots of the small postage stamp images. Thought this was really cute. Decided to cut out 9 of them. So they stand out against the background. I'll first layer this piece on some white shimmer cardstock. And I cut the white cardstock piece about 1/4 of an inch larger than the pattern paper postage stamp piece. Before adhering it down, I'll add a scrap cardstock piece on the very right side. And then I did decide to pop it up using foam dimension. I'm using scrapbook.com's 1/4 inch foam in the 1mm thickness. I'll make sure to get good coverage, remove the release paper, then add the postage stamp panel on the center of the card. For a little extra detail, I'll also add one of the embossed die cut hearts with the sentiment "Be Mine," and I did pop that up using more foam dimension. I'll remove the release paper and adhere the heart in the center of the lower 4 postage images. For embellishments, I'm adding some of Paper Rose's clear crystals. I'll put 3 in the upper right-hand corner and 2 in the lower left-hand corner. This mix includes several different sizes. I'm using one of the smaller sizes. There's no adhesive on the back, so first I'll add a small drop of Barely Art glue, and I'll pick up those tiny crystals using the wax tip end of scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. Right now you can see the white glue, but that will dry clear. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. For card design number 3, the card sketch is from Cards TV. This is sketch number 58. I love this card. It's one of my favorites from the whole set. I think it really shows off some of the beautiful papers in the Candy Treats collection. For the background of my card, using the off-white and pink key pattern paper. For the strip on the left, I selected the lovely red rose pattern paper. I'm layering everything on some red cardstock. For the image panel, I'm using the pink music sheet pattern paper. And this is the top section of the pattern paper sheet that has all of the yummy treats at the bottom. I only wanted that tone-on-tone portion, so I cut off that top area. And my piece is a little bit shorter than what's indicated on the card sketch. It's 2.5 inches by 3 inches. I layered it on the same red cardstock, and before adhering it down, I'll put a scrap piece of cardstock on the right side. That way it stays at the same level. Then I'll put Barely Art glue on the back and adhere it in place. I selected 2 of the embossed die cut pieces, one of the postage stamps, and a small pink heart. If I have narrow scrap pieces of the pattern paper, I like to put them on the inside of the card just for a little extra detail. Now I'll add the postage stamp die cut piece, and I did put foam dimension on the back. I'll remove the release paper and add it in the center of the pink panel. In the lower right-hand corner of that panel, I'll add the tiny pink heart. And with that glossy finish, it's super shiny. For embellishments, I'm using some Love from Lizi peel-offs. This is the silver mirror color in the mini circle style. I'll put 3 of the medium size in the upper right-hand corner and 2 in the lower left-hand corner. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. Most of the cards I'm making in this video I'll be using for Valentine's Day, and I'm giving them to the residents at a nearby retirement home. So I always need lots of holiday cards. For card design number 4, using more of that off-white and pink key pattern paper. This piece is 3 inches by 5.25 inches. I'll adhere it on some craft cardstock, and that piece is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. For a little bit of separation and shine, I'm putting a Love from Lizi peel-off along the edge of the pattern paper. This is the silver mirror color in pinstripe style, and I'm using the narrowest width. I'll wrap the ends around the back, layer this piece on some red cardstock, Then I'll add more adhesive and put my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. The red cardstock layer is an additional 1/8 of an inch. 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. And there is a little gap on the left side for the peel-offs, but that area will be covered up. I'm adding a large stitch circle die cut, and I cut this out from white cardstock. We'll put barely art glue on the back and adhere it on the card closer toward the top. Now I'll add 2 of the ticket embossed die cut pieces, putting the teal one down on the left side, and the pink will overlap slightly lower and on the right side. For a sentiment, I'm adding Smile Sweetheart, and I will pop it up using some foam dimension. Remove the release paper and add the sentiment at the bottom of the tickets. I'm putting it more on the right side, that way I have space on the left side to add one of the embossed die cut hearts. I will pop it up using more foam dimension, and on the very left side of the heart I'll need to add one more small foam piece since it'll go off of all those other layers. For embellishments, using more of the mini circle peel-offs, this is the silver mirror color. I'll put 2 of the medium-sized circles in the upper right-hand corner and 3 in the lower left-hand corner. So there is my finished card. I did make 2 using this design. The second card, basically the same design, but I used some of the washi tape stickers, the same tickets. The Hugs and Kisses sentiment is one of the cardstock stickers, and also the heart with flowers, that's another cardstock sticker. It's fun to see the comparison side by side. The washi tape is more muted and the embossed die cuts is brighter, has a little more vivid color. Now moving on to card design number 5. The card sketch is from Freshly Made Sketches. This is number 390. For the background pattern paper, using this off-white and teal design with hearts and cupids. On the very left side, that 1/2 inch strip using the teal grid pattern paper. I'll adhere that down first, and for a little bit of separation and shine, I'll add a Love from Lizi peel off along the right side of the teal paper. Using the silver mirror color in the pinstripe style, this is the medium width. I'll wrap the ends around the back, layer this piece on some dark green cardstock. Then I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. For the 2 banners on the right side, the larger one I used some of the dark green cardstock, and the smaller banner selected some teal cardstock from my stash that matches the pattern paper beautifully. We'll cut a fishtail on the left side. Adhere the larger dark green banner down first. Then before adding the smaller banner, I'll put a narrow scrap piece of cardstock above the dark green banner. Now I'll put glue on the back of the smaller banner and adhere it in place. And that scrap piece will just help the top of the banner lay at the same level and not dip down. Next I'll add a stitch circle die cut, and I use some white shimmer cardstock. Before adhering it down, I will put that scrap cardstock on the back side. Then I'll put barely art glue on the back and adhere the circle in place, right above the 2 banners. For an image, I'm using one of the chipboard stickers. To remove the chipboard stickers, Paper Rose recommends pushing through on the back side, so there's that clear backing. That way the chipboard pieces pop right out and don't accidentally bend. The adhesive on the back of the stickers is super sticky, but just to play it safe, I am adding a few drops of barely art glue. For embellishments, I'm using more of Paper Rose's clear crystals. I poured out a small amount in a wooden bowl, that way I can see the different sizes easier. I'll put 2 above the image in the upper right hand corner and 3 in the lower left hand corner underneath the banners. And I selected 2 different sizes of the crystals, the 2 middle sizes. I'll first add this small drop of Barely Art glue. Then I'll pick up the crystals using the wax tip end of Scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. So there is my finished card. I did make 2 using this design. For the second card, I added 2 of the heart chipboard stickers, and it has the sentiment "Be Mine." For the first card, I decided not to add a sentiment on the outside. Later, I'll stamp a sentiment on the inside. For card design number 9, the card sketch is from Sweet Sunday. This is sketch number 234. For the background of my card, using some white shimmer cardstock, that piece is 5 1/4 of an inch by 4 inches. For the smaller rectangle piece, using this light pink and white doily pattern paper. I'll layer it on some pink cardstock, and I'm also layering the very background on the same pink cardstock. For the narrow strip on the left side, selected the 3-color stripe pattern paper, layered it on the same pink cardstock. I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. Now I'll add that narrow striped paper on the left side of the heart doily pattern paper. Instead of the large circle that's indicated on the card sketch, I'll add one of the embossed die cut pieces. This pink piece says Roses Flower Market. Has a beautiful bouquet of lovely flowers. Before adhering it down, I'll put a scrap piece of pattern paper and also a scrap piece of cardstock on the right side. After adding those, next I'll pop it up using foam dimension. And I'm using more of Scrapbook.com's 1/4 inch foam in the 1 millimeter thickness. And I'm cutting the foam using Scrapbook.com's new titanium scissors. They're super strong, great for cutting paper, and also sticky adhesive like their foam or clear adhesive strips. For embellishments, I'm using more Love from Lizi peel-offs. This time the pink holographic color in the mini circle style. Put 3 of the largest circles on the striped paper in the upper left-hand corner and 2 medium circles on the right side of the embossed die cut piece. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. For the second card, use the same pattern paper and embellishments, but instead of the embossed die cut, I used the similar chipboard sticker. I have 2 final card designs, although I did not record the process. For card design number 7, most of the card I used cardstock. I did cut out 2 of the pieces using the stitched rectangle dies from Paper Rose. The tags and also the sentiments are cardstock stickers. I added a bow at the top of the tags, and this bow die is from Paper Rose's Tiny Bows die set. For embellishments, I added some Love from Lizi peel-offs in the upper left-hand corner. For card design number 8, these are very simple card designs. Cut out the background 2 pieces using the stitched rectangle dies. I have the USA version, so it fits perfectly on A2 size cards. The hearts are all washi tape stickers, so they lay nice and flat. And the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment is from the All Occasions sentiment sheet. I cut a fishtail on the right side and adhered the sentiment in the center of the largest heart. Now here's another look at the 16 cards I made using Paper Rose Studios Candy Treats collection. I used the 6x6 paper. It's also available in 12x12. Plus I have the washi tape stickers, cardstock stickers, chipboard stickers, and the embossed die cut pack. Lots of fun products that all coordinate together. If you are interested in any of the products I used in this video, I do have links in the description box below. Paper Rose is located in Australia, and they do ship their products internationally, but you can also purchase them here in the US, and I have links for both locations. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.